What's up, fellow classers? It's Apolline here, and yes, they are back. They are back and can be used very effectively at Town Hall 10, Town Hall 11, and Town Hall 12. Whether you're doing a mass miner or a hybrid type of attack, miners have been increased as far as their housing size from 5 to 6. But recently, in the latest update, I guess they were buffed. You can say, because now they go up and go down as far as when they do their burrowing, and their unburrowing is a lot faster. And I'm not quite sure, but I think their hit rate might have, their speed might have increased as well. But whatever it is, they are very viable at all these different town halls, and also their max level has been increased from level 5 to level 6. So in your CC, you can have max level miners, which do tons of damage as well. So we'll take a look at 4 different attacks, and we'll see how you can use miners at Town Hall 10. Okay, let's take a look at our first attack here, and this is going to be using just the king and queen with very minimal support to do the funneling on either side, and then just sending the miners right into the core, with the La Lune as the CC. And we'll go ahead and get started, and we'll watch a couple wizards at 9 o'clock for the funneling, and the queen is going to be dropped there at 6 o'clock. There we go with the wizards. And also take a look at how much time, less than 2 minutes to beat this base, because as soon as we get this funneling going in there, the queen dropped in at 6 o'clock. We're dropping the wall wrecker, and then we've already got all the miners being deployed, and inside the wall wrecker is miners as well. They're going to trigger that CC. We've got to get the poison down a little. I think a little bit off on the poison, but not really a big deal. That's the hardest thing for me in miners, is to find out where all my miners are, especially when they go under. They move so much faster now, and they get clumped up, and you have no idea where anything is. Wall wrecker is still up, and we've got so many miners coming through this base. Drop a couple more heals. We still have one more heal left over, and that queen has popped her ability, but she's taking care of all that trash, making sure that the miners stay in the core. We do have a giant that is tanking for that lava hound, and that giant can tank for days. The lava hound does almost no damage to the giant, so it's just a perfect I guess placeholder for that the lava hound. And we still have the queen coming up at 3 o'clock. Giant's going to start walking. You can see he's like 3/4 full, so he is going to start banging on a wall, and that's perfect for the lava hound to just continue to stay there. It's going to stay way away from the queen. And then we've got the miners that are coming through now. They're going to get hit by that bomb tower. If they didn't get hit by that bomb tower, there would still be way more left over. But at this point, there's no more defenses, so it really makes no difference at all. The queen can handle this all by herself, and they're just gonna take out the rest of these trash buildings. But just a really nice attack. I mean, really nice deployment in the beginning of all those miners with I don't even know, 5-6 finger drop all the way like an Asian wall of miners. Really nice deployment there. So there's your composition right there. Just tons of miners. 37 of his own, and a 5 in the CC, and then just a couple of wizards, giant, and an archer, and everything else is miners. So really nicely done. Let's go ahead and take a look at another one. Okay, so for our second attack here, we're going to see a very similar strategy. Again, just using the king to funnel one side, the queen funneling the other, and sending the miners all the way from one side through the core to the opposite side. Lava hound in the clan castle. This time it's going to be a lava hound and a wizard, and I think an archer. So we have a poison for that, but it's extremely simple to take care of that. Let's go check this out. We're going to use the king at noon, the queen at 9, using an archer already to funnel that little builder hut, and a couple wizards to do the funneling up top, and then sending the king and queen on opposite sides. And then as soon as this king queen gets down, Muffin's going to waste no time, but he's going to go ahead and do a 5-finger drop with those miners and get them all in the core. Why not? We need to get them in ASAP. We don't want the queen to have to deal with that CC at all. You don't want her popping the lava hound if possible. It's the whole reason to do what he's doing. And the CC is out, and now he drops the poison for the wizard and the archer, and then sending that wall wrecker in to meet up with the rest of the miners, as well as tanking for the king, is just really nicely done. I think there's max miners in there, and just look at how much value the king and queen are getting. They've already cleared all the sides. The queen has barely even been touched. Dropping heals, making sure, and saving that rage in for the core there for the two royals. But he's just got tons and tons and tons of miners to take care of this base. He has dropped the rest of his heals. He's got no more spells left, but he's probably got about 20 miners left over, if not more, on this base. Just 3 point defense. Well, 2 point defenses, an Inferno Tower, and a splash. But and this is one thing that you got to watch out for. The queen is going to pop the Lava Hound, but she's going to have her ability, and without any defenses on her, she can take care of the Lava Hound and the pups at the same time, no problem at all. But we have so many miners here that even if that queen died and those pups came on board, they still would not be able to kill these miners in time. Not what with them submerging and getting out of the ground the way that they do. It messes with their AI, but the queen has taken care of that. There we go. The queen is going to, I think she's going to, she is going to finish up the Archer Tower, and then the Inferno Tower is taken down from all those miners. So really nice attack. Let's go ahead and switch things up a little. We're going to look at another attack, and it's going to be with the queen and healers on top of that. So on top of it, let's whatever, queen with healers. So we're going to see a queen at 6 o'clock and a king at 9 o'clock, and the queen will have healers to back her up, so her walk is just a little bit further, especially with so many point defenses on top of her on the outer portion. Needs to have those healers to get the value that he wants. Now the whole key into miner attack is to keep those miners inside the core and have them push through. You want them to take out the defenses as best as possible, which is usually in the core of the base. And if they start making their way outside of the base, then what happens is they take care of the trash buildings, and all the defenses in the core take them out little by little and weed them away. So we really want to make sure that they're in there. There we go. The king and queen are already doing their funneling work, and we've just got a bunch of miners with that wall wrecker coming in from the 6 to 9 area. A wizard, I think, is backing them up, which is great. There we go with another La Lune in that CC. Really nice poison there, and freezing that loon, because it's so hard to keep up with the miners and how fast they move. You want to make sure that that loon is in the poison the whole entire time, so it's taken down. We do lose our enemy queen, but we're going to get a healer switch, which just lasts for a couple of seconds. King has gone down too, but we still have 2 more heals left over, and we have a couple goblins that can take care of some of these resource buildings on the outside. But still, again, tons and tons of miners that are still up. Another key to this is making sure you know which groups that you need to heal, because you got to keep an eye on them and see which miners are up and which ones are where the greatest group is and all that. But really nice catching a heal. All those miners at 3 o'clock, even under a bomb, and we just got to take out that Expo and the mortar, and after that is done, then it's just clean up. Lava Hounds can't do anything to these miners. I don't even know how long it takes them to kill. Probably 10 to 20 seconds per miner, and that's even if the miner was standing still doing nothing, kind of like the one is doing at 11 o'clock. But now he dips down, and the Lava Hound goes after a new set of miners. So just see how completely inefficient and ineffective that the Lava Hound is against miners. It absolutely makes no difference to them whatsoever. And then we're going to go ahead and finish this last army camp up and get the 3-star. So really nice. So we've looked at 3 attacks, a couple of different hybrids as far as the number of miners go, but all of them have had a Lava Hound in the CC. What do we do if we don't have a Lava Hound and we've got a really tough one? Probably the toughest one would be Valkyries and Witches, but second to that would be Valkyries and a Baby Dragon. It just does so much damage to all these miners, so we'll go and take a look at that one. I just got to remember which one it was. There we go. And we're going to use another walk with the queen here, and she is going to start at kind of the 930-ish type area with a baby dragon to help funnel. Make sure that she walks down the edge, and you just see there's not too many point defenses that she really has to worry about, but it would not be it would be too many for her to be able to make it through without the healers. So we need to back her up with those healers, and then we've got king on king action and a couple wizards behind just to do the funneling. Now it's time to drop the miners in, and this is a fresh hit, so I have no idea what's in here. I bring a couple of poisons just to make sure, and if I would have known that this was the CC, I probably would have pulled it with right now with this, some hogs to make sure that the queen could take care of it. But I do have, there we go, baby dragon and Valkyrie in there. Make sure that I heal right there where those Valkyries are, because they will shred and completely rip up those miners. They do have to be under poison, because 2-3 Valkyries will just take out a group of 10 to 15 miners in 2 swings, and it's not a good thing. The wall wrecker is still up here, and it's going to pop in just a little bit, but I want to get that heal in for the miners there, as well as with the new miners, the max miners that are coming out of that wall wrecker. And the queen does go down, but we have tons and tons of miners left coming into that last heal, and that one hero miner at 3 o'clock takes out the bomb tower all by himself, and now it's just time to watch this base get completely obliterated. They're gonna hit a giant bomb, but miners are so tanky. I think they have 670 hit points for a level 3, and I don't even know, probably 800 hit points or something like that for max, maybe even more for max level a 6 miner. So they just basically shrug off those giant bombs like nothing. So we've got a bunch of miners that are already taking care of that gold storage at 3. If not, we have just a whole army coming up there. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I loved miners when they were really strong and viable quite a couple of updates ago, and I'm so happy to see that they're back again, and that you can use them either completely mass miner or in a hybrid with a queen charge, queen walk type of thing. And maybe we'll find some more combinations, but that's probably my favorite combination to use right there. As long as I'm not jumping my or pushing my queen through an inferno, trying to get through an inferno tower immediately, or an unreachable ADs. This is the comp that I like to use, but you see how very effective mass minering is with just a king and queen with a couple of troops behind them for support, how valuable that is as well. As always, just go ahead and practice these things against your fellow clanmates. Use friendly challenges to your advantage and get used to the different compositions that you're comfortable with, as well as the timing of the spells. That's the biggest thing here, is keeping an eye on the miners, where they're going, and making sure you heal them in the proper spots over bomb towers, over the king queen if they have to go against them, possible giant bombs, and anytime there's a skelly spell or something like that, that could be problematic to them, because it makes the miners stay up longer, which makes them susceptible to the defenses. So anyway, use those friendly challenges to continue to practice this. Get your 6-star clan wars and practice those 3-star attacks.